Hello and welcome back once again to the beautiful banks of the River Severn in oh so beautiful Ironbridge. Can I say beautiful one more time? You bet I can. It's because it's just so beautiful here. But I'm still reading passages from my second self-published book, Ashes to Ashes, Watching England Through the Night 2021 to 2023. And I'm hopefully now going to transport you back to the beginning of their 2022 tour to the West Indies and Barbados Test, meandering to a draw. Cricket is a strangely beautiful game with its own lexicon, pace of life, teas and lunches, chirping and sledging, being in and out, and sometimes back in again, all whilst liberally coated in endless statistics, TV umpiring decisions, instant replays and, seemingly dependent upon your place of birth, beguiling or boring. As you would expect from a day's test match cricket, all of the above and much more were present and correct today. We had a perfect off-spinning ball that finally defeated the West Indian captain Kraigg Brathwaite and beautifully pinging back his off-peg in the process. Chris Woakes finally received a reward for his mammoth amount of overs bowled as Kemar Roach played all around a straight one to be dismissed LBW or leg before wicket for just 1 run from 17 balls. And there's those damn statistics again. 1 run, 17 balls received, and all the while coated with the game's own language of being dismissed by the method of LBW, as well as a night watchman hanging around for 19 runs from 75 deliveries, and because of the role played in the game, this is seen as a roaring success, and rightly so. A night watchman is primarily a bowler who bats at the tail end of a day to protect the better batsman before him, and thus allowing them to sleep peacefully before batting on a fresh new day. Alzari Joseph therefore carried out his team duty perfectly, as despite the statistics that swamp our beautiful game, it's still very much a human game played by wonderfully gifted human beings, and today's human story belongs firmly and completely to the captain of the West Indies, Kraigg Brathwaite. Before being bowled by the very epitome of a cricketing Jaffa or unplayable delivery from Jack Leach, Brathwaite had batted for as near as damn it 2 days in the test match from a ridiculous 489 balls received, thus allowing the West Indian captain to craft 160 valuable runs. The vagaries of test match cricket are legion, and here's a prime example. Brathwaite's human efforts appear slow and ponderous but perfectly befitting the nature of the game as a whole. After England posted 500 plus runs, he knew his side couldn't surpass that total on such a dreadful, lifeless wicket, so in keeping with the long-held traditions of cricket, he was perfectly happy to bat out time, and therefore reducing the chances of his side losing the match. The longer England have to bat again, the bigger their lead will become, and the sooner they can declare and turn the heat up on the last day when Brathwaite's team can only think of drawing the match. Brathwaite saw 3 new balls in his utterly fantastic innings, and whilst not a spectacle of attacking verve, perfectly suited to the match situation. Brathwaite and his team started the day 219 runs behind, reduced this to 156 by the lunch break and to 111 by the tea interval. When his side had finally been knocked over in the final session by a very tired and weary set of English bowlers, his West Indian team was still 96 runs in arrears on first innings despite totalling an impressive 411. By the time stumps were drawn at the end of play with England 40 for no wicket, Brathwaite's team were back to 136 runs behind, with 1 day still remaining. To confuse matters further, and beautifully in keeping with this strange old sport with its quirky individual way of being, England may be 40 for no wicket, but they are in fact 136 for no wicket when you combine the total run lead they enjoy. Brathwaite's incredible innings is by far and away today's human highlight, but statistics often lead to human stories. Jack Leach's phenomenal number of overs bowled, 70, or Saqib Mahmood's first 2 important statistics of his test match career and his deserved wickets of Jason Holder and Virasamy Permal. His first wicket in Test cricket came courtesy of a catch from fellow debutant Matthew Fisher, and whilst there's a statistic for 2 players playing their first ever Test match, it's the human story that prevails above and beyond the etchings in any scorebook. The stats are as simple as the position of the match is as crystal clear as possible as to the superhuman efforts required by either side to win this test match. With England 136 runs ahead, they'll look to roughly double this with a brisk slap and dash with the bat in the morning session before setting the West Indies a not impossible but improbable total to chase in the final 2 sessions. To win the game, the West Indies will have to score a huge total in 2 sessions and a total of runs so far and far in excess of what they scored thus far in 3 sessions and on this lifeless, uninspiring wicket. For England to win, they had to take 10 West Indian wickets, and with 2 debutants playing their first ever test match and a bowling unit that has just spent 2 days in the cricketing dirt. It's an absolutely nailed on draw, but time will tell. Ashes to ashes. Watching the England cricket team through the night, 2021 to 2023, and a short story as we're here in beautiful Ironbridge. I had to say the word statistics 100 blooming times then. And you wouldn't think it was that difficult. I've just said it again, statistics. See, it's very easy. But when I'm reading and running out of breath and panicking and wondering if anybody's going to walk down these steps or travel past me on the river or probably shout from across the way, "What are you doing over there?" I become a bit tongue-tied, but I almost made it. And you're going to forgive me because we're in beautiful Ironbridge, and who cares what the man in the silly glasses and the Radiohead shirt's saying? Look at the backdrop behind me. It's just beautiful, isn't it? So I'm going to leave you from beautiful Ironbridge on the banks of the River Severn in peace and in solidarity. Statistics, statistics, statistics. Bloody word. Peace. Thanks for watching.